Okay, well, let's see. John, game 2 is officially underway. Bait wouldn't mind taking an early team fight with his style of draft, but perhaps neither will Shopify. Because you see Funnick as well, like on that, it's classic Universal Heroes right now, but just the stats build up, always very, very nice. The double circlet, double branches, gonna feel very good here for the Wyvern. It's kind of why the core Wyvern just feels very strong right now, because your right-click damage does get pretty insane as you get a couple items up.
Yeah, feels pretty damn good. Again, my one concern is core-to-core matchup. Arctic Burn being your main source of DPS, 10% of your max health. Medusa doesn't really have much of that. So, in terms of scaling damage against Medusa, it doesn't do much. You're still relying more on your PL. Stonebank has to come in with a pretty good timing on his Diffusal. Vanguard Diffusal, I wouldn't mind that too much. And try to suppress Artur. Because a lot of teams have just been leaving this guy alone to farm. You can't afford to do that here with this matchup. He will honestly just naturally outfarm you. Just with
it's the problem every team has against Shopify, right? Like Stonebank, forced to pick up Doppelganger to be able to safely get away. It is the issue every team has though with Shopify Rebellion. It's like if you try to shut down the safe lane, then Arbed and Sableye pops off, and if you shut down the off lane, the exact opposite. You know, you can't really win out all three lanes against these guys, it seems, and that proves to be the big issue here against Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah, it's like they'll always work the map pretty damn well if you leave someone alone. Stominant just trading blows with crit, does TP away. No lucky bashes coming out for him. And we'll see these lanes break out. Taking a look at that mid first. Abed up against Dendi, Void Spirit versus Wind Ranger. It shouldn't be too bad for the Wind Ranger. We're already seeing a little bit of an early advantage here for Dendi, which is a good change of pace. And you've got good right-click harass. You can melt through Resonant Pulse when it's up fairly easily on the Wind Ranger with her right-click damage. And you can stay pretty far and just power shot through the wave. Get your farm going that way. And again, apply some healthy harass onto Abed. So I think Dendi's lining up for, again, a pretty decent lane. Abed shouldn't be able to run away with this one as freely unless the support rotations start to kick in. Even then, I'd say bait supports are pretty nice. If Stominant can line up a good charge, and you can rotate Lodine in for the chain stuns, until Abed's 6, he's going to be a bit susceptible to that.
Abed and Dendi's still going at it. Should have a look at the side lanes, of course. Top lane Artesian Fly against Funnick and Stominant. It certainly is some kill potential here, at least onto Fly. Problem is those cogs can be very, very annoying, especially for Stominant. Just running into those, getting pushed back, and the amount of damage they deal now on cogs is pretty insane, so don't want to run into that too often if you can avoid it. Still, it does feel like Arteezy, like, if he detects the lanes getting difficult, he can always rotate to the further side of the jungle, and it's kind of pretty hard to get anything done.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to just shut him down. You've got good vision game coming out from Shopify just with the Clockwork alone. And for the most part, you can't harass him out in lane with his duo. Again, you can't really damage him out. Arctic Burn literally just doesn't damage him. Did you see his mana shield? With 1-2 Arctic Burn clicks, it did nothing.
It's rough, John. It is rough. And they go for a little bit, cogs to push him back, and that'll be about it. I mean, Fly's still going, to be fair. Bit more damage here with the level 1 battery assault, nothing to write home about. We should also have a quick gander at the bottom lane, but we'll see if Stominant can get lucky with some bashes first. Fly not really taking any bashes quite yet, still no bashes out. He finally gets one.
Yeah,
Charge will be cancelled off by the cogs, and Stominant is just gonna die. Arteezy to take the kill.
Yeah, the Clockwork is a good solution to the Spirit Breaker. Just cancel charge. Forced movement does get interrupted now, with a few exceptions, charge not being one of them. So a nice way to secure that first blood, as they're not done. They still have battery assault if they want onto Funnick, but flies over unpaddable terrain, bails out. But this is now a free lane for Arteezy. See how well they can recover there.
Yeah. What about that bottom lane? Because we haven't talked about that at all. You have Crit and Sableye against Lodine and Stonebank. It doesn't seem like Stonebank's having anywhere near as good of a time as Arteezy's having on the do side. Saberlight, very nice spear back onto Stonebank, but the Doppelganger is going to be there. Magic Missile thrown out onto Crit as well, but Stonebank still taking a bit of damage. He's going to be able to walk away from this, but now Lodine's the one in danger. Spear is available once again. Saberlight going to land the spear onto the PL. Crit trying to move in, but the Magic Missile going to ensure he can't. In fact, now he will. Stonebank is the only one left as Lodine already went down. Crit is still messing around. He has the leap charges, has the Fairy Fire, is going to play with the life of Stonebank as they have the spear back up. Charges there onto the Mirana. Spear's going to land onto Stoneman, but Stonebank will go down. The Saberlight trying to run. Magic Missile is going to connect. Stoneman's getting body blocked by the Creep Wave. He can't get a range for a hit. He has charged back up now, though. He will commit it. Oh, one more hit would have done it, but it's not enough. Saberlight barely going to survive, and now he has a Creep Wave underneath his T1 tower. So he'll stick around for a little bit longer.
He's feeling good. He drops off his salve onto Crit. He's going to get the top up here along with the Tango. Not too far off from the Vanguard. A strong start once more from Shopify. Every lane going well. The one lane that's maybe going a little bit okay for bait is Dendy's lane, which is to be expected for the Wind Ranger. So at the very least, you have this launching point from mid that you can play off the back of, but everything else, not looking the smoothest. Like Artur is actually going for the Midas build here on the Dusa. Nothing to stop him. Again, your Winter Wyvern solution does nothing. 10% of 230 HP is just a laughable amount to try to burn down that mana shield. So Artur is just not harassed out.
Mid lane, big charge in. Arbed going to be targeted. No Dissimulate available, so it's kind of hard for him to get away from this. He will go down. Very successful kind of gank attempt here from Beta's Lodine. He's going to be the sacrificial lamb for that, but it's still, of course, taking down Arbed's very well worth it. Arbed, surprisingly enough, not bothering with 1 point of Dissimulate this game. And he does kind of end up paying for it.
Yeah, just maybe feeling a little bit overconfident. Does get punished with a control coming out from Bait. He is inching towards level 6, maybe just banking on just having those steps ready to kind of start dancing around, try to dodge out some of these spells. The rotation down mid does open up the side lanes a little bit more for Bait, but you're really not getting too much. Full Vanguard up for Saberlight. Artur, again, just not something you can handle, though. They are trying on to Fly.
They are going to give it a crack. Fly got the battery assault cogs off, and Arteezy's going to move his way in to try and help out. And with the Mystic Snake, they'll have enough to secure the life of Stomminen. Arteezy, very thankful for these additional kills, considering he is top of the CS board on top. Has another Mystic Snake out. Though Funnick may be baiting for his team, he'll pop the Cold Embrace. In comes Dendy now with the Focus Fire onto Arteezy, but they're still going to go back after Funnick, so Fly, he's able to secure the kill, but now Arteezy is way too far forward, still trying to fight against Dendy, but it's just too much. They will secure the Medusa kill. As Fly is going to try and cogs his way out of this situation. The TP available, it's looking pretty tough to juke them out. And eventually, he should go down, and he will. Dendy, great rotation, finds a double. Stonebank, though, he will go down in the meantime.
That's a worthwhile sacrifice. I think just finding the slowdown on Arteezy is big enough. You are sacrificing your PL, which is a bit worrying. The Medusa is already at 4K net worth. We're kind of set for the same graphs as we've seen the last time when Artur plays the Dusa. It's a little bit concerning. I think Stonebank. We talked about the timings of the PL. The diffusal, the Vanguard has to be on point, and Saberlight's made this lane hellish, even in the solo lane. Again, Doppelganger, long cooldowns on the early levels. You can't always dodge out all these spells. You don't want to max that out. You need a Phantom Rush to farm.
Stomminen barely going to avoid going down there to Arbed. Mid, Shackle, going to land on Fly. Arbed is there to kind of zone them away from the clockwork, though. So, I mean, they're off to a good start here, Bait. Like, it might be 4-7, but this is already feeling like a better start than Game 1 was. It's a matter of whether they can keep up the momentum, because Shopify is still looking cool, calm, collected, and still allowing Arteezy that insane amount of farm that he's looking for on this Medusa. Lodine now being hunted down is underneath vision. So he is going to be able to just retreat, as Shopify never really find the opening to try and go in with an arrow. You don't have hookshot available yet on Fly. Needs a creep or two to have that up. Stominant, he's going to go for the charge in. Lodine's going to cop the arrow here on the Vend, so he's just going to drop. Fly's still going, but a nice cogs to hold down Stominant. And it also blocks the way from Dendi. It's crit. He's going to be fine to just walk away. Perfect gank here from Shopify.
Yeah. They don't give the kills over to Abed, but you are getting that slowdown on the two supports. This is pretty painful. Both of these supports needs levels. Dominant in particular is still stuck at level 3. Not having control of over the wisdom runes is really impacting those spikes. Free lane for Saberlight to push into bot tier 1. Forced the jungle already for Stonebank. At least he has the Vanguard, but even Fly's keeping track of him really well. Good aggressive wards. Not gonna finish up that charge either.
Fly's a higher level than Stonebank, by the way. So
yeah, it's been a rough lane.
Yeah, he can just bully him, is what I'm saying. Is Stonebank rather funny? Nice little Winter's Curse committed, but Abed's not gonna die. Funnick will be the one to go down. While Lodine and Fly now going at it, but Fly has hook shot, so that's going to be almost a guaranteed kill. Lodine does not have swap available yet. Eventually, Fly will just take his life away. It's kind of the issue. Now you're 6k behind, and the XP department is not looking any better for Bait. They are well and truly behind in terms of levels.
Yeah, it's a little bit... It's rough. It's rough right now for Bait. I mean, overall, again, your lane's just not going the way you'd expect them to. They're trying Saberlight here.
Problem is, he's got the backup. He's got Arena up. Funnick gonna get trapped up along with Stonebank. Nice spear gonna land onto the PL. SR are just still going. Saberlight maybe dropping a little bit low. Is gonna get sniped here by Dendi from the north with the power shot. As it seems like Shopify this time around get a little bit too overly confident. And crit is eventually gonna fall, and will.
It feels good to get that off my chest.
Pretty big streaks to give out onto Bait, especially on crit. A good amount of net worth now getting injected onto Bait's side. Atos not too far off for them to finish up. And some good aggression coming out from Bait. Granted, it costs you Funnick, but he's already pretty damn low on net worth anyway. You're finding favorable trades, taking these kills from Shopify's end. Still, for Shopify, you're getting some good farm on Abed, although Abed?
Yeah, he's got an astral step charge. He's going to be okay. Jump in again. Looks like crit is here this time around, so Lodine is just going to melt to the damage output. Power shot, a bit off the mark there. Abed not going to get hit by it. They're just still casually playing a very easy game. Arteezy getting ultra greedy now with the Midas pickup on the Deucer, by the way. Why not?
Got it really early on. Again, no pressure in the lane, so why not? This is the classic Arteezy game for the last 4 games, although...
Dendi. Being able to get out of the Kongs. Going to move back into Fly and should have him eventually. Abed still going to jump in though, seeing the win run did end, but with 4 heroes around, he will not be able to get the snipe he was looking for. And will TP away just in time. No way to cancel, sadly, as they did not have the vision. 7 to 13, 6k advantage now to Shopify Rebellion. Bait just doing their absolute best to protect that mid-tier 1 tower as well. But again, things are looking rather dire for them at the moment.
It's rough. At least you've got room for Stonebank to farm into this diffusal. Then you have a solution for Artur. Although, Lodine?
Just gone. That'll be the tier 1 mid tower, surely to fall here as they do cliff it up, but I do not think it's going to make the difference. It'll just delay things a little bit. Though Funnick does have Curse. May look to pop it. It's onto Abed though, and well, maybe they can find him. Charges there. Abed, Dissimulator, has the Astral Step, will walk away. Saberlight, the one being left behind, but he has an arena available. He's just going to drop it immediately. See who we can catch out of this. Looks like Stominant, the one dropping very, very quickly, and he will go down as Dendi's going to try for the focus fire, but the hook shot from Fly is there. Lock him down in the cogs. Dendi's still trying to run. Will be swapped away, but now Lodine has to sacrifice his own life. Nice shackle, though. Dendi going to give it a little bit of time for Lodine to have a chance, but Abed will still catch him with the Aether Remnant.
It's a big back and forth. Did look like a good Winter's Curse, but just not lasting long enough. Ovid manages to bail out. And, you know, they're getting all this activity in Shopify. I love a response from Bait. It's a good idea. The execution's not too bad, but it's just not enough in the tank. This EXP disadvantage you have makes taking these wider team fights pretty nightmarish. I mean, at this point, Funnick has less EXP than Crit does. You know, like, that's how far behind you are right now. It makes it really incumbent to try to get that additional control you need. And even then, even if you find some of these kill trades, Arteezy is 3k ahead of everyone else. Again, this is his classic Dusa gameplay. Sit back, farm for a million years, and see what happens.
Oh, nice spear. Saberlight landing a perfect spear onto the Wind Ranger. But Lowdine again, gonna save the day with the swap. It is gonna cost his own life. And sadly, they're not gonna be able to catch Arbet out of this, though Stominen, he will cancel the charge. Saberlight though, he's not cancelling, he's jumping right in. He'll cancel Dendy here on the Wind Ranger. So the Wind Ranger is just down. Stominen also used up here by Crit. Really nowhere to go. We'll run to the high ground, but they just dive him. They don't care.
I mean, Shopify is just playing on the edge, and they know how far they can push themselves. They know how far they can take these heroes, take these fights. Bait trying to find space elsewhere. Funnick just trying to farm up top, immediately gets scouted out. They've got the Blink ready. No arena, but just Blink Spear should be enough to find this Winter Wyvern, although finds a good spot to juke out and TP home. Not gonna be able to connect in Shopify Rebellion. The side of Bait, I mean, they're still kind of clumped up. Winter's Curse is ready.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Doesn't seem like they're really in position to try and go up top lane right now, though. Beta just staying grouped up in the mid lane at the moment. Maybe going for a bit of a smoke, perhaps, and they will. Lowdine does pop a smoke. Top T1 tower still slowly being chipped away at. Bait now going to find Arbit with a rod of Atos up on Dendy, so this could be a huge pickoff, and it will be. That's something you love to see here if you're a Bait fan.
It's a lot of gold. It's a worthwhile rotation. Fly might be a bonus, but the cogs are more than enough to just leave him secure. Still, I mean, this does feel like it plays into the Shopify Rebellion playbook, where you sacrifice some of your cores, you make all of this aggressive plays, and Artur will carry you. This movement's nice, but...
Raid it down. He's caught two again. Saberlight immediately with the Spirit onto the Wind Ranger, going to force a swap out from Lowdine. Funnick will still go down in the arena, and so will Lowdine, as Dominant is going to try for the TP out. Is going to make it in time. They just did not have a cancel. But they still got a great team fighter. Saberlight's still going to find Dendy. Maybe this is why he wanted the Mars. He's just so good on this hero. Just having some fun. Saberlight not going to be able to finish the job off onto Dendy, but instead, they will catch Stonebank. Ouch.
It's a diffusal peel that can't touch the Dusa. Arteezy's level 15, Stonebank's still 11. The butterfly is going to be coming through soon for Arteezy as well.
Saberlight. Oh. My goodness. So many spears, just all of them landing here from our Mars, as Funnick has no way out. Saberlight just taking all the damage from this Wind Ranger. Holds the shield up. They will swap him back in. Saberlight still running away though as they yules up Dendy. Spear up into the Wind Ranger. Shish kebabs for dinner here for Shopify Rebellion. The tier 2 mid tower is just not gonna last. It's gone. And they're chasing for more kills. They're just having fun. They're looking for Lowdine, who's got a creep wave giving all the vision that Shopify could ask for. Hook shot, perfect from Fly. Lowdine. Saberlight is proving to be the bane of his existence. He just constantly has to try and save teammates from this arena. And it just constantly means he has to die.
He has to take that fall for the team. They're not able to punish this time on the side of Bait. And just under-farmed, under-leveled right now on this lineup. The best they can hope for is a solo pickoff, but at this point, Shopify Rebellion are just not splitting up, and now you have to contend with a Butterfly Dusa at 18 and a half minutes in. Like, this is not something the PL can touch at all. You're a long way away from having any way of piercing through that evasion. They're just going to keep gunning for more. Moonlight Shadow up, arena ready to go. Just look for these kills.
Oh, Dominant. Barely avoids the gank, but they want Funnick anyway. Funnick gonna try for a TP play. Saberlight not gonna try to blink in earlier. Nice little TP up from Funnick, gonna save his life. It will allow him the chance to pick up his Rod of Atos down the Winter Wyvern. Happy days for him, but certainly not looking like the biggest core Winter Wyvern we've ever seen. As Fly going into Stonebank does have help on the way. Fly is actually proving to be pretty tanky here in this team fight. There's now Saberlight's out, Arena down, so that's going to be Stominant gone. Fly literally just took no damage. With the Provice, he was just tanking through all of it. As now they'll find another. Arbed, he'll get shackled up, but he has time to survive through this. As Stonebank is still trying to find a target, he'll move back in onto Fly, but Fly is taking no damage. He's out of mana, but he's safe from damage. As they are still trying here, Bait. They'll lock down Crit, but another nice spear onto Stonebank. Still, the curse is going to land. Crit will go down, but Saberlight will survive as Stonebank has gone down as well. And they just want to keep diving. Stominant moving back in onto the Clockwork. Saberlight might finally drop, but there's the Provice being committed again. He will die to Stominant in the end, as Fly will now finally go down. That was a very prolonged team fight, but it seems like eventually it's going to be in the favor of Bait, even if they do lose Stonebank.
Guys managed to bail out. It would have been even worse if they... Oh, maybe not.
He just needs vision for that charge. Drums popped. They do see him. Nether Strike is available, and Arbed is eventually going to drop. Nice pick off here for Bait.
They get the big kills. This is the punishment we were looking for. In position to retake a fight, though.
Look at Arteezy's net worth while all this is happening.
It's
Crit.
the same.
Gonna move in. Hookshot is perfect from Fly. Even the cogs landing to kill off Stominant as Fly gets a much-deserved double kill. Saberlight not gonna find Lodine. Might find Dendi instead, as we are gonna have a quick pause out from Arbed. And look at, like, I know it's the same thing, but Arteezy's farm is getting a bit ridiculous now. I mean, he's 17.5k.
Sick. Has to go.
Oh, Arbed has to go. That's not good.
Okay, that's...
Well, we wish him the best. Hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right. He looked all right, but hopefully our boy is not doing too bad.
I'm sure everything will be just fine. Don't you worry, John. So now that Arbed, like they've said Arbed cannot play due to health reasons. So now it's a 4v5 for Shopify. I would assume, right? I believe that's how the rules work. You just play on if he's not going to come back in time.
Yeah, I believe so. Unless they mean something like nausea. You know, a little tilt-a-whirl, tilt-a-hurl, perhaps.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it could be a temporary thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like sick in that sense, perhaps. I always thought without context, just sick. They're like, oh yeah, we're playing a sick game. It's like, that's not a cause, guys.
It's kind of what I thought when I saw it too, but there you go. They at least elaborate, maybe realizing what they said kind of doesn't indicate what's actually happening.
Yeah. It's considering how they're playing this game a little bit more loosely, you know. Good to get
John,
clarification.
I was gonna say, look at the Dota Plus graph for a moment, because there was a temporary moment. No, there was a. You can't see. Yeah, see, it's off the graph. It's literally off the thing now. See, before for me, when I opened the graph, the Dota Plus win probability was literally below the 100% line.
I saw that. I saw that myself. Yeah, it just
you saw it. Yeah,
it's like 110% win chance for Shopify Rebellion or something, which is somewhat fair. I don't think it's
look at
fair.
this Medusa. Look at this Medusa.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do against this?
You don't do anything. I mean, your solution in PL is half the farm, less than half the farm, literally less than half the farm of Artur. So in
a couple minutes, it's going to be 3 times the farm if this keeps up.
It's just going to skyrocket. I wonder if this is something Artur does to challenge himself. And it's like, you know, I want to keep farming. You guys just carry on. I'll see how high my net worth is at the end. Is this a challenge? Just like Saberlight mutes Ping's arcane blink and pings his blink. Perhaps.
We'll see what happens. I just trying to figure out what how they're going to fight against this this draft of Shopify now with the amount of farm that they've got. It's kind of ridiculous how much space they've made for this Deucer this game. And Stonebank, he's trying. He's working on towards the Orchid now. You know, you get him there. Slowly but surely.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the Yasha up first. A little bit more damage. A little bit more move speed, some armor to help the cause. I think for bait, I mean, you have some solutions. Even Dendi, I suppose the Focus Fire does do a decent job of ripping through the mana shield. Probably not worth going for something like, say, a Diffusal this game, for sure, but just having Focus Fire saved for that one big hero can, again, help turn the tides. And I think that's the way you have to go. Just try to catch Artur, shackle him up, Focus Fire him down, run him down with the illusions, although the Butterfly is going to provide a lot of problems. You don't have a way of piercing through that evasion, so it's always going to be a massive issue for the PL and the Wind Ranger. I feel like for the PL in particular, it's kind of painful. You just don't tend to enjoy building things that pierce evasion on this hero. And even if you try to go for the MKB, it's like a real long way off. So you don't have that solution coming out anytime soon. You don't have magical damage to try and burn through. You don't have a support that can drain mana. So options are slim. This is a very strong Deucer game as long as the PL stays down. And Stonebank has just had, again, a pretty rough time. Saberlight just dancing around him this game.
That he is. Having a great old time on the Mars. Things aren't over for bait. You know, they're still in this game. I think it's kind of sad that the core Winter Wyvern has not really panned out in the way that they would have liked on the side of bait, but it does happen. You know, you're still getting there. You're still trying to buy more time for your team, but it's kind of the question of when Arteezy wants to join his team, right? Because it's like, if he gets a Scotty and just joins his team, it does feel like the game's as good as over, if that's the choice that is made.
Yeah. Should be.
Oh,
okay. 5 to 10 minutes, worst case crit will play him.
He's ready.
That would be interesting.
Is crit ready or is Arbit ready? That's what I'm waiting. That's what I'm trying to... I'm guessing he means crit's ready.
I maybe, because that was a very sudden he's ready.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Good on bait. Willing to wait.
Yeah, I mean, of course, bait are
Pastime.
great sportsmen here, John. Great people. We love ourselves a bit of bait.
Absolutely. Dendy's always an upstanding fellow, and I'm sure Stamina, despite staying in the darkness, is a very understanding lad.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a lot brighter when he's playing the game.
It is a lot brighter, you know, now that they're in the game, but it might go dark very, very soon considering how this game has been going. I mean, again, like you're 12 to 30 right now, but the more important aspect of this game is the fact that you're 16 game behind. Pretty much all of that lead seems to be on one hero in particular that is rather strong in this current patch, to say the least. And I don't see exactly any ways of dealing with it right now, apart from this PL, who's not anywhere near farmed enough to actually do the damage necessary. So really, at least Bait do have time to kind of discuss what they can do to try and combat this, but it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to... I think most people are trying to figure out a way to dealing with the Medusa. Mind you, Wind Ranger is a hero that does do pretty well against Medusa, to be fair. But Dendy's nowhere near that stage either, which is the real problem.
No, you're a long ways off. And even the evasion causes issue for the Wind Rangers in this matchup. So not straightforward for the Wind Ranger to just melt through. We did see it last time around when Artur kind of overextended up top. Dendy's Focus Fire did melt through his man shield quite well, but again, 30% evasion is quite a fair bit to buy you some time here to respond. So we'll see. Almost feels like Dendy might have to gun for an MKB perhaps after his BKB, but There's an argument to be made for value in your Ags. There's an argument to be made for the value in Gleipnir here first. So it's fairly open-ended for Dendi after this BKB, depending on what he feels they need as a team. I think the biggest issue is really just the core the core Winter Wyvern experiment offlane. It's again, we saw what Winter Wyvern does to do so with Arctic Burn. It does 0 damage. Doesn't even register as a tick on the mana shield. Very, very minimal. So
It's kind of the thing. I think in a game like this, you're just doing you're choosing something that you think they may not be able to deal with, I guess. Like maybe it doesn't do damage to the mana shield of Medusa, but at the very least, the Winter's Curse is super value. And you've still got, you've still got that many other heroes to go after anyway, so not too big of a deal. He just couldn't get the laning stage he wanted. And I mean, at 6.8k net worth as a Winter Wyvern, you're not really looking to carry the game anytime soon, that's for sure.
No, you definitely aren't. Crit again overtaking 2 of the cores on bait. Higher than their Phantom Lancer, which it's honestly painful, but at least Dendi's above him this game. Whereas last time, Crit was basically at the same farm as Saberlight and Abed. So there's signs of some improvements coming out here.
Very good. Hopefully everything will be back to normal rather soon. Of course, if you are just tuning in, this is one game up for Shopify Rebellion right now in our final series of the night. Pretty massive lead here for Shopify.
Yeah, that's pretty much you can see in the network. If we could see it again, our network graph or the bar graph, you can see how. See it, John? Yeah, everyone loves seeing it. Or here network, not the graph. Sorry, the network bars. There you go. There is our tour.
All right, here we go. Abed's back apparently. Good news. Hopefully he's okay. Maybe just a bit of nausea or something.
He made it. Maybe just a little bit too much chocolate spread sandwiches.
Yeah, too much Nutella. It happens.
Too much Nutella. It's good stuff. Too much of a good thing can turn bad. Maybe that's why Abed was smiling really big. He had a lot of chocolate sandwiches.
Yeah. So where were we? Arteezy's still not joining his team. Arteezy's happy to do his job. Bait. They will I guess they'll appreciate the space and the time that they have, because they definitely need it right now. Does Arteezy join his team once he has the Skadi up, or is he still just hitting creeps?
Yeah, that's down to the man to decide. Who am I to say? He knows what he's doing. Shopify Rebellion know what they're doing. If they want to keep farming, by golly, they'll keep farming, Mike.
Why not? Why the hell not?
Under attack.
See how ridiculous we can make this net worth graph look now, in this game too. It's still pretty chill. Like Slominen's gonna push out the bot wave. Shopify, I mean, they are grouped up as 3 at the moment in the mid lane, but it doesn't look like they're looking to try and force any kind of fight yet. Again, at the very least, you are waiting for the Skadi. It looks like Arteezy's got it on the way. And I was about to say he'll join his team now, but it doesn't seem like he will.
No.
Back to work.
Back to farm. Back into the fields. Tilling the soil, Working the fields, Mike.
Well, now
Getting that wheat.
You've got an Ags available here for Crit as well. Was never a big fan of this one, this Aghanim Scepter. Like the Starstorm with the arrow. Like just always felt underwhelming, but if you're ahead in a game like this, the damage can feel ridiculous.
Ooh.
The Radiance comes
I
out
like this a lot
Saberlight.
Yeah, more mischance onto the illusions. Good burn. Good way to just mitigate a lot of this physical output for the team. So I like that. I think this is a clever pickup from Saberlight. Smoke out from bait, but a Moonlight Shadow out from Shopify.
Abed will literally just jump in on his own, but he's taking a bit too much damage. Arena down now, but he got bashed up. Saberlight, he's still going to try and fight back with the Radiance. I mean, it's kind of working. Stonebank trying to fight back, but Saberlight is taking literally no damage as now the curse comes out onto Fly. But Fly is so tanky. He is just tanking all the damage thrown out at him. They'll finally be able to take him out. Meanwhile, Crit will jump in on his own, takes down one, tries to leap away. Here he comes. Here comes Arteezy. The party started. He'll go after Lodine. Lodine's down. Funny, Cold Embraced will not be able to get out. Looks like rather Stonebank is also going to drop. And he's TPing back away. Oh god. There was a tier 2 tower you could have taken, Arteezy. Come on.
No. Look at the fly. He's picking push now.
He needed to get back to stack in time. And I think he missed it anyway.
Oh my god. This is something else, Artur. Disobeying a direct order from the captain. Insubordination.
Yeah.
That's a spanking.
That's punishable. That's spanking indeed. Alright, here we go. No group up. He was just having a bit of fun.
Yeah. Efficiency matters, Artur.
We love to see it. I mean, I love it, honestly. There's not many games where I'll enjoy a person just farming non-stop, but, you know, in games like this, it's fun to watch.
It's a spectacle, just how high Artur can take it. High ground siege not going to take too long. Very well protected now in Dedusi. You've got the blink here as well on Artur. Everyone in full gear, arena ready to go. Bait, you have to see some big plays. Maybe a good Winter's Curse, maybe a good Shackle on top. Get some spacing out for Stoneback to try to spam out the illusions. Ags is the next pickup here. It's a little ways off though.
Jump in, Saberlight. Arena down, Stonebank. No, he's not going to cop the arrow. A nice swap out from Lodine. Still, they have lost Funnick in the meantime, and Lodine will also drop. There's 2 down already. Mid-racks under siege. 25 minutes in. Not too much of a competition here for Shopify Rebellion.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
I mean, they can't go to the side lanes, to be fair. There's 2 tier 2 towers up, so they're going mid. Through the tier 4 towers, I think. That is if they want to end the game. And they will. Tier 4 towers now are under attack. But Bait, they do have a good chance of trying to fight back here on their tier 4s. The problem is, it's practically Arteezy that's the only one hitting the actual towers. So everyone else is just waiting to defend him. Lodine's going to move in. Swap is there. Very projected. Stun out as well. Arteezy, he's pretty low on mana right now. Maybe this is the opening. Dendi with the focus fire ripping right through the mana, but Arteezy, he can fight back now. They just can't take him out. Stonebank is still trying, but they can't get it done. GG is called. They try one last time as Stoneman finally gets it. We'll get the kill. Tips out for Arteezy. They got what they wanted. I mean, why not? They get what they wanted to be in.
They finally get that kill.